Don Richey. Hometown was Sturgis, South Dakota. I was started out in the National Guard, and by the time I finished my second enlistment, I was just old enough to join. So, and when we were taken into the regular army, or the army there, they had us all get our name and our ages all changed back to correct. So we weren't just a bunch of little kids anymore again. Because I was just old enough to join when I had finished my second enlistment. I was born in Sturgis November 26th, 1919. And it's about the size of anything that happened much, but then it's we was ready to get shipped. We went to Louisiana for a year where we had our basic, and there wasn't much going on down there. That's kind of nothing but alligators and a lot of water. But when we shipped out of Boston, we went as far as Halifax, Nova Scotia, and our motors blew up on our ship, and we had to come back to Halifax. Then they put us in another boat and took us back to Boston, and we were there for almost 2 months. And we got out of there and went overseas, and we landed in North Ireland. And from North Ireland, then we went in Scotland for some more amphibious training. And while we were there, one of our industrious guys thought he was going to be smart, take his stuff with him, and they were told that we would come back and get him. He had on a full pack, a rifle, and his helmet was fastened under his chin. And he started down the scramble net, promptly fell off and went down head first, clean to the bottom of the locks there. And we about drowned. That was our first casualty. But finally they saved him. And about all there was to that. We had got on that boat then from there, and we were 33 days getting from there to North Africa. We landed we was on a landing craft, and they were supposed to get us close into shore with we had what they called a Bangalore torpedo, just a big pipe loaded with explosives. And instead of dropping us off right close to shore, we were dropped off in about 18 foot of water. And these Bangalore torpedoes, there was 2 men on each one. And those things weighed about 95 pounds. And with a full pack and a rifle, they went straight down to the bottom. And we left it right there. They could go back later and get them if they wanted them, but about half of them got left right there in the water. That was our first encounter with active duty. And we went on to, there was Hill 609, Kasserine Pass. I got as far as Oran, and the lieutenant we had with us wasn't too bright anyhow. And I had a German pistol, which was called a P-38, and I had that and a French rifle and an English gun. We traded and swapped. Mostly cigarettes. They wanted our cigarettes, and you could trade a carton of cigarettes for a rifle or a pistol. And he wanted to see this one, and I told him that if you ever played with one, you ever know what it's all about, Oh, he says, I know all about guns. I said, well, I said, you don't know about mine. I said, just, you're not going to get it. Well, he sent his gay dog rubber after it, and I got my key and got it in. And I told him, I said, no, my guns are all loaded. Don't mess with them. Oh, yeah, he says, I know how to operate the bang. I spent the next 2 years in the hospital.
You did it.
I got shot in the leg. It just blowed the whole bone and all of them out of my leg.
That was in North Africa?
Yes, just out of Iran.
What lieutenant was that?
Lieutenant Scott Crichton.
Oh, yeah.
He was some eastern South Dakota someplace.
Yeah, I know him.
You know him?
Yeah, I know him. He was kind of a nutcase.
Huh?
He was kind of a nutcase.
Not kinda. He, a week after he shot me, he was dragging down the landmine down the company street, one of the little personnel mines, and was going to give a school on how to disarm a landmine. He got just to about where he was going to be, and the thing exploded and killed him and 2 other guys and wounded 3 or 4.
After you were shot, then, were you getting back in the hospital, they say, for a couple of years before getting?
Yes, I was put overseas yet. I was put in a full body cast, and the airplanes were always all full going back, so they put 8 of us in one of those old Liberty ships, and we were coming back, and the doctor was there, and I said, Doc, I said, just what in the heck are you going to do? Get us out of here if we get submarine, get attacked. And he says, well, he says, Sergeant, he says, you'll be one of the lucky ones. You'll hit the bottom before anybody else. You're cheerful. But that's about the size of it.
You come back to the States then?
I came back to the States and landed in New York, and then they worked on me a little bit there and then sent me to Springfield, Missouri, to the hospital there, and I was there for, about a year and a half.
They patched you up so you can get around okay?
Oh, yeah, they put me on limited duty at Springfield, Missouri, there at the disciplinary barracks. And I said, hey, if this is the best you can do, I'll take my medical discharge and get the hell out of here. So I got out of there. While I was still there, I got married, and I said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going home.